Hello friends, I am Vishwa and today we would be knowing what is blockchain. With the help of the blockchain, you can store your data in a decentralized environment, which means there won't be a single place where your data would be stored so that it could be hacked. And there's an interesting part about the blockchain. It's close to impossible to hack any of your data or manipulate your data. Blockchain is immutable, so no one could be easily able to hack your system, your private data. And on the other hand, blockchain is completely decentralized, which means even if a single system would fail, the other will take it over. With the help of blockchain, you could build the decentralized applications and which with the but you have to keep one thing in mind that whenever you would build a blockchain related code programs, it should be completely secure. Secure means there shouldn't be any faults. If there is any fault in the code, then later on you won't be able to do anything about it because, as I had already said, it's immutable. Even a single code cannot be changed once it deployed on the blockchain technology. And blockchain technology, and there are many ecosystem which is built on top of blockchain technology. From them, few are Solana, EVM. I mean, you can also say Ethereum and Polygon. These are the layer one blockchain environment with the help of which you could develop and deploy your decentralized application. There are many decentralized applications which are growing day by day, and there is a huge demand for the blockchain developer in this. um, and because blockchain is emerging its growth, and there is a huge demand in the industry for the blockchain developer, you could be a great piece of you could be a great piece of what do we need to add piece with the help of blockchain technology. You could develop a lot of applications. The applications which are require a lot of security features, like it might be your personal data which you need never not to be forgotten or be destroyed. You can store those data in the blockchain technology, but there is a drawback of it. Every transaction is recorded and it's publicly available. So but even though it's publicly available, only the transaction data hash and previous access are stored, so you need not to worry about where if someone would poke their eyes into your personal data. You need not to worry about those things because mm, blockchain uses SHA-256, which is an search hash algorithm, which stands for secure hash algorithm. Oh, SHA-256, which is an secure hash algorithm, which can be used in blockchain technology, which is used in blockchain technology. And normally, if you send any of the message to your friend who is using the decentralized applications, it would the message would first be encrypted, and when it reaches to your friend, it would get decrypted. So how it works means, mm, first the blockchain algorithm will make sure that you have the private and publicly available on your wallet, and it will take the private your private key and public key, mm, and it can use one of the two methods for encryption. First is symmetric encryption and second is asymmetric encryptions. In symmetric encryptions, only the private key is only single key is used to encrypt and decrypt the message, and in asymmetric key encryption, both the private and public key are used. In asymmetric key encryption and decryption, you could consider as your private key and the sender's private key and the receiver's public key, or else it could be changed as receiver's private key and sender's public key. So you need not to worry about if any third party would get hands into your public key and they could perform some task against you. So comparatively, asymmetric key encryption is furthermore greater than symmetric key encryption. But if we will think about in the performance aspects, then symmetric key encryption mm, would cost a bit lesser compared to asymmetric, because as you could also consider that symmetric key will have to use a same key, and so the algorithm would be built on top of that will so the algorithm which will be built on top of that operation would be pretty easy. It won't be, it won't be complex. It would be easy compared to asymmetric key. So could consider as mm, you could consider it as a trade-off between the security and the cost. If you would choose the cost, then security would be security would be lacking, and if you will choose the security, then cost would be lacking. And when you create an when you create a blockchain, the first block is always considered as genesis block, because it won't be having the previous hash stored into it, so it will be considered as genetic block. Mm. And the second one is and the next blocks are mm, considered as blocks. I don't know. I will search about it. Mm. And in the blockchain technology, there are few program. And if you are thinking that how can you build such a um, awesome functionalities with blockchain, then there is a separate programming language. Not there are many. Yeah, there are many programming languages, and one of them is Solidity, which is at present there is a huge amount of demand and a lot of developers using it for developing smart contracts. Smart contract means the contract which would be executed whenever a new operation is performed, and you can consider every operation as a transaction whenever you update your smart contract. Smart contract, you can consider it as a set of rules and regulations which you would build using the programming language like Solidity. There are many as in the beginning I had told, there are many ecosystems like Solidity, Solana, Ethereum, and Solidity uses Ethereum. So to pay the fee to the miner, you have to use you have to verify the smart contract. You have to spend some gases, which would be given to the miner, whoever would mine the smart contract, and that mm, and that miner would get the Ethereum which you would be spending as a gas for the transactions. And solidity is a bit cost efficient. There is another thing called Solana, which use Sol token, mm, which is at present very less compared to Ethereum ecosystem. I mean Ether compared to Ether. Solana, you could use Solana to build a smart contract. They say something else instead of smart contract. Solidity and Solana, and there are many more like Polygon. You can build your smart contract, and you could deploy your smart contract on top of Polygon ecosystem or Solana. There are many. Mm, What were I talking? Yeah, Solana. Solana is best used for building, but for building decentralized applications. But mm, in day-to-day life, I mean, but there are very few of them who are mm, adopting Solana technology, because you can say it has not much decentralized. A bit, a bit means out of 190 or something like that. So Solana is mm, a great tool if you want to develop decentralized application and you are not very much struggling about the securities, and you want your server to always be activated in the peak. Whenever you would build a decentralized applications, you should keep in mind that whatever code you would write would never be erased. It would never gonna be erased. So whenever you would build it, you should keep it in mind. Mm, and yeah, before deploying any of the smart contract, you have to make sure that it's completely secure. Means whatever code you had wrote in the smart contract should be mm, checked twice, thrice. Can say the more people would check the code, the more you could consider it as the great thing. Mm, I mean, more verified, you can consider it as verified code, as it would be deployed in the in the blockchain, on the top of the blockchain. You need you may need not to take the risk of mm, being hacked. Yeah, yeah. In the beginning, I told no that mm, no one can change the smart contract. It means whatever the rules and regulations you would apply to it, it would be same to same. But even in the rules, there would be few drawbacks. Now you should consider them. Mm, and there's a way mm, you could use something like a door. Instead of directly deploying a smart contract, you could use one contract, and I mean, yeah, in the primary contract, I mean main contract, all your um, logics, other programming logics would be there, and in the secondary contract, which would act as an interface, or else can say, which would be which would be having mm, functions to interact with your, I mean secondary contract would interact with your primary contract with the help of mm, mm, with the help of what do you say, address, yeah, smart contract address, mm, and ABIs. ABI ABI stands for application binary interface. With the help of ABI you could easily interact with the smart contract. Yeah, and this is a fun fact. With the help of ABI, you could easily interact with smart contract using any of the programming languages. You need not to consider any relevant programming languages, but you have to keep it in mind that mm, it ABI is a sort of JSON type. I mean, ABI is formatted in JSON, so you should be having some a bit knowledge about the JSON to fetch the data and interact with the smart contract. Mm, there are further many things like as previously I had told, before deploying a smart contract you have to check, and to checking it there are many specialists, and they are called as smart contract auditors or as security experts. Smart contract security experts, they are mainly specialized in this field. If you want, you could also become a smart contracts security experts, but it won't be an easy task before, because before that you have to have some of the knowledge of building few of the smart contract, because without building any smart contract, how could you even be able to understand the business logic, how the smart contract works, whether is it a drawback or else a benefit. So if you want to become a security expert or a smart contract auditor, solidity smart contract auditor, then you could consider as using mm, few of the tools which are available in the market, and yeah, that tool is also used for deploying the smart contracts. So you, whenever you build, you test a smart contract, you need not to worry about the deployment. Okay. Mm, from all those tools in the market now, uh, at the present time in the market there are two famous smart contract testing and deployment applications, like mm, Hard which is one of the most used by the developers, mm, because mm, at the while performing the operation it would use JavaScript, so it would be much more easier for a web developer. Yeah, I can say much more easier for the web developer. Mm, yeah, JavaScript not such a vast, I mean, it's easy to use language. And second, as first one was Hard, and second one is Foundry. It's best for testing the smart contract. Mm, mm, it uses solidity programming language. So if you want to be focused only on building the smart contract, testing it, and using only single programming language, you could consider mm, Foundry as the testing and deployment tool. Mm, mm, in the smart contract, there are many things you could do, like getting the balance of the users and sending the transaction, storing the transaction, and applying few logics due to which a user can't withdraw their fund mm, till the condition is passed, or else after some time the amount would be directly mm, sent to the user, or else you could, I mean, you could build many things, whatever you want, using the blockchain technology, using the smart contract. But as I had told already, mm, the main thing is be knowing that there is not even a single chance of failure. Yeah, in the world of technology, nothing is completely secure. Even though you would try hard enough, it would be 99.9% secure, but 0.01% would be insecure. Mm, yeah, and there would always be few trade-off between your choices, whether whether it could be trade-off of the speed or else the security. Mm, yeah, and blockchain is an mm, can say evergreen because it's connected with the finance. So most of the mm, finance related technologists would bravely barely what am I saying? Yeah, most of the IT technologies could be deployed on smart contracts, and as nowadays the AI is booming, you could combine both of them, artificial intelligence and blockchain technology, to build something new, awesome. It would be just awesome if you could do such a thing. Mm, I don't know why I'm missing so much. Let's cut it out.